Hello, welcome back. We got another Outriders video for you today. Yesterday we covered the Trickster in-depth analysis, and today will be more of the same, but for the Devastator, aka the Tank. This guy is super fun to play. I've been having a lot of fun playing this demo, obviously. That's why I keep putting these videos out, because this is more fun than you should be having in a demo. But nonetheless, let's move forward here. Today I'm going to go over how I'm going to build this character upon the release of the full game. Interesting and helpful gear to look out for that's going to synergize well with your build, and also other information pertaining to what this character works really well with, specifically other characters that your friends might be playing. Let me know down below what you've been playing in this demo. What's your favorite class so far? For me, it's still the Trickster, but this guy is definitely a very, very close second. Let's talk about the Devastator. Gear, build, skills. Let's get to it all. First thing first, I want to go over what I find to be super helpful insofar as gear. You're going to want to run close range weapons. I found that the LMGs and the shotguns were my favorite, but again, this is a demo, so didn't get exactly what we wanted, obviously. So I've been running assault rifle and shotgun. The automatic shotguns in this game are my absolute favorite. They are super fun to play with, but you absolutely just fly through ammo. You can't keep it on the shelves. They just disappear. The bullets just run away, and then you're sitting there scratching your head like, where did all those rounds go? But the automatic shotgun, very fun to use, and I would say the most powerful skill or buff that I found for the Devastator on my weapons was the Essence Thief. Shots regenerate your health. It's just so obvious, but it works so well, because normally the Devastator, you're only going to heal yourself when you get kills in close range combat, but with the weapon life leech at 11.9% with this gun, the shooting, regenerating your health is absolutely amazing. Again, assault rifles also work really well. This one has a cool bonus of reloading restores X amount of health for each enemy killed since your last reload without changing weapons. I switch weapons a lot. I hate reloading. I think that the first things you want to put points into skill-wise is going to be anything that helps with reloading, because it just takes so long. But still food for thought. Cool to check out some of the different skills. And then for armor, there are going to be some ones that buff your damage from your certain abilities, but I haven't decided to spec my character in that way. I think that the most important addition, I don't even care what else they add to the full game, is this right here. Perseverance or Perseverance. Golem increases the skills duration by 50%. If you could have this on every piece of gear, that would just be almost god tier, because the Golem is where you want to live. The Golem is your ability where you're basically invulnerable to damage for a set period of time, and adding duration to that is just absolutely amazing. So I've been looking out for anything that adds to the Golem's duration, as the skill is badass. Moving on to skills, again, we're on the demo, so we only have 4 unlocked. The 3 that I have been running are the Reflect Bullets. It's going to create a barrier, and ideally you want to activate this in front of your teammates. Maybe they're squishier, maybe they're running Pyromancer or Technomancer, and providing you with buffs, especially the Technomancer. He works really well in synergy with the Devastator because he can heal you with his turrets. But this little barrier is super helpful. It blocks out all bullets, and you send them back and they do damage. The next skill I like, obviously this one is mandatory. Don't put this don't put this anywhere. This is your go-to. Fortify yourself against 65% of incoming damage for 12 seconds. And again, it does get buffed by gear, so this skill is just absolutely fantastic. And then this is going to be your mobility skill, Gravity Leap. It's going to fling you through the air and do damage to the enemies that you are targeting. I will say that this skill in the demo has been a bit buggy. You're going to see in some of the footage that you kind of leap on people and then get stuck there, like just hanging out, like, okay, can I move? Nope, okay. So hopefully they patch that out soon. I don't doubt they will, but this skill and the Golem are both mandatory. You need this skill to get in and out of combat. If you want to change it up a little bit with your 4 choices here, I would say you could ditch Reflect Bullets for a more damage dealing ability, which would be Earthquake. Skill is really good as for dealing damage, and it also has Interrupt. So you're going to do some damage when you punch the ground and hit anyone in front of you, and also interrupt attacks coming from altered enemies in front of you as well. Now, the tree on this character is similar to the tree in the Trickster in the way that you can spec it out 3 different ways. The top tree is going to be gun damage. a lot of gun damage. The middle tree is where I'm going to focus my build. This is going to be all tanking, baby. That's right. And then the bottom tree is going to be anomaly, so you can buff up your skill damage and your skill durations with some of these perks, or however you want to call them. But I am going to absolutely focus on the Warden in the middle here. I think that playing this character, you just are going to be a tank. The most fun I had playing this guy was running in front of all my friends and just blocking damage and eating damage and soaking shots. Really pushed it to the limit. I went down a fair amount, but it was more user error in the way I was playing than it was the the character's fault. So these skills in the middle here are going to be awesome for staying alive. This one is just flat health regen and health buff in general, and it just continues more of the same as you progress down the tree. More health, more regen, more resistances, and then some of the skills are going to be you know, more damage and more life leech in certain situations. I just am really looking forward to unlocking a lot of these, just for the simple fact of just eating so much damage in this character. It just feels so good. You pop your golem off and you're going to be just almost impossible to kill. That's the most fun I've had playing this game with this character. I will say though that does come at a cost. This tree doesn't really buff your damage at all. None of these passives, what I call them, are going to affect your damage. Just know that right away. If you choose to go up the Warden tree, you're going to have minimal damage output, especially when compared to some of the other characters. But again, I would argue that the Devastator tank class is meant to just be a big guy. Now let's take a look at some of the stuff in application and review some of the more fun combat I had while playing this character. By the way, that's going to be our right bumper, our leap into action there, get right up close into the fray. At this point in time, I'm still running the damage dealing floor smash. So I don't have the reflection wall on here, so it's good to showcase this before I take it off and put on the more team-friendly wall of reflection. As you can see, the whole point of this character is just to get into the fray. Got to get in there. So I think that one of the most important things you could do is to engage the enemy from a distance when they're too far with your flying leap move. Get in there, use your abilities, and ideally you'd like to have your golem skill ready to go if you're getting into the thick of it of multiple close quarter combatants there. But he has a lot of sustain even without the golem abilities, so don't be afraid to push your limits with this guy. He's really built to dish out punishment up close. And remember, every time you get a kill up close, regardless of how bad your gear is, you are absolutely healing yourself. One of the things I noticed and wanted to showcase in this video is how vast the difference is between when your golem ability is active and when it is on cooldown. It's pretty substantial. The difference there is pretty real. You think that you are a god all the time. Not quite the case. You are a god when your golem ability is active and you have 65% damage reduction. But when it's over, it is over. And right here is a little footage of the glitch I was talking about earlier, where the leap will send you into a position where you're completely stuck and unable to move. So again, I think they'll patch that out soon enough. The floor smash damage was pretty fun, but I just kind of got over it and really wanted to run the wall. I was really focusing on my team play in this on this character. So that's my Reflecto shield. I'm going to use it frequently in this footage coming up here. But the main point here is you want to make sure you position yourself appropriately. This game does really reward proper positioning. Characters like the Trickster and the Devastator will really succeed up close and personal with the enemy while they are in front of their teammates. And characters like the Pyromancer and the Technomancer will be more towards the back, doing their mid-range and long-range support. But right here is a perfect example of how to be, shall we say, a bit gung-ho? I was like, don't worry, guys. I'll get in there and pull the aggro. My shield goes down, and I'm going to edit it so it doesn't look like I die. Okay, we live. We definitely live. Didn't go down. Didn't need to get revived. We learned our lesson, and you know, with the wall, you want to make sure you are in front of your teammates because it will be blocking all of the projectiles that are coming from the enemies. So that helps 100% of your teammates if they are smart, like my friends are, and positioned behind the tank. Something I forgot to mention earlier is you can, in fact, manipulate the reflection wall to do more damage. As it stands initially, it's only going to reflect back 50% of the damage that they would have dealt to you. So it's not, again, not really a damage dealing ability, but you can spec it out. I've seen gear where it adds a bleed status effect. So damage over time to any enemies that are damaged by the bullets that are reflected back towards them. There's gear and skills that add a flat damage buff to the bullets upon reflection. So again, there are many ways to spec these characters out. I just think with this guy, the way I want to focus is just to eat as much damage from my teammates as possible. Characters like the Pyromancer and the Trickster are going to be much better at dealing damage. Again, just my opinion. And Tank really can just get absurdly powerful and not dying. And I really noticed more so of a difference too when I was able to utilize gear that added duration to the Golem, because that is your life bread. That Golem ability is just so powerful. It just makes you so impervious to damage that it's just it feels like some sort of like drug addiction. When you have it, you're like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then when you don't have it, you're like, no, come back, I need more. But this video is coming to a conclusion. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this game. If you've been playing the beta like a junkie, not a beta, it's a demo. There's no beta. If you've been playing the demo like a junkie like I have, let me know your thoughts. What's your favorite class? What have you been spamming? How have you been setting up your characters? And yeah, I know that there's a lot less differentiation between the character builds right now because we only have access to a couple skill points, but still you can have a lot of fun with customizing, especially the gear. The gear in the demo so far has been where I've been able to make the most difference in my characters. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. We out.